Here are some important points that you need to know before I start this video. Number 1, I'm personally a real estate agent who helps hundreds of clients buy and sell real estate. Number 2, I personally purchased a home in December 2020, aka a couple of months ago. Number 3, what I share with you guys is exactly what I share with my clients, and I actually personally lose deals because clients say that they're gonna leave the markets and come back at a later date. Number 4, I have clients that watch every single video that I upload on YouTube. In fact, right after my uploads of the videos, they call me, they say how they love the video, how more educated they are, and then they tell me if they're gonna decide to buy or to wait. So you have to know, I will never ever make a penny, even 1 penny, on someone else's back. And number 5, my core business is not just being a real estate agent. Before I became an agent, I was investing in real estate into foreclosures. I would buy them, flip them, buy them, and rent them. So my core business is not just helping clients buy and sell properties, it's also I do developments and rehabs, flips, you name it. So that being done with, let's hop right into the video. Now you might be wondering if you should buy a house or wait it out in 2021 because you're seeing so much craziness going around. In this video, I'm giving you the answer. Now please don't forget, if you get any value from this video, you hit the like button, and what that's gonna do is pump this video up to other people just like you who are wondering the same questions. And most importantly, huge shout out to all of us. We officially got a Discord channel, and what that means is every single day, daily, we're talking real estate, money, and business. Link is in the description. Click it, join us. It's for free and you lose nothing, but you only gain. So make sure you join it. Now here I am sharing with you guys if you should buy or if you shouldn't buy in 2021 in this housing crisis that we're in, with all the chaos that's happening and all the confusion that's going around the markets. For me personally, as a real estate agent and investor, I never really look when I'm trying to buy a house for myself personally and say, is it a bad time to buy or is it a good time to buy? I buy whenever I feel like I'm ready to buy. The reason for that is I'm not buying a house for myself as an investment. I buy it to enjoy it, to build a family in it, to have fun in it, and to do whatever I want to do in it. I know other people have philosophies that buying a house is an investment and you can put your money in there and keep some equity in there and so forth. I don't run it like that. I buy my primary house, my primary residence, not as an investment, and I don't care to overpay $1 million if it's exactly what I want. Now that's just me. Now if I choose to put $100,000 to build a pool, I'm not doing that thinking I'm gonna get my money back when I sell the house. I know I'm not. I know that it's a waste, but I'm enjoying it. If I spend $10,000 on customizing my closet to put my suits and my handkerchiefs and my watches and all that, I know I'm not gonna get that money back on the sale of the house, but I don't care because I'm enjoying it. So I have a clear philosophy, is that the house that I live in is not an investment and I live in it to enjoy it, and I'll do anything I want in that house as an enjoyment, not as an investment. Therefore, when I personally began to look for houses a couple months back in a hot market, I wasn't scared or cared really about paying too much for the house or a premium for the house. I just wanted to get a house that I personally loved. And what that means is I didn't jump desperately and say, oh my God, I'm in love with this house. I made sure it's exactly what I wanted. I made sure I can afford it and I was ready for it. And if I could, I then made the move. Now you might be somebody who's like, is there a housing crash coming? Is the real estate market gonna collapse? Is there gonna be so much more supply later at a later date that I should just wait it out because demand is just way too much? Interest rates are so low, but I don't know. Should I buy now or should I just wait? Here is my answer to all of those questions. Number 1, if you've been waiting for a couple of years and you've been looking for houses, you've been saving up your money, you've been working so hard, you've been daydreaming about houses, going on Zillow, Realtor.com, going on all these places, just scoping out houses because you really feel like you're ready and you've done everything needed to be ready, then it might be the right move for you to make the move. But on the flip side, if you just got into an apartment or a new rental house and you're over there saying, hey, maybe I do want to buy a house right now, even though you still have 10 months, 11 months left on your lease, it just might not make sense for you to make the move. Even though you might be saying interest rates are so low, why don't I make the move? Why don't I just break my lease? Why don't I go and buy a house? That's not the right thinking. In this uncertain market, if you're not ready, if you haven't been preparing, if you don't have a good cash pile, it's not the right move to you to just wake up and say, why don't I go buy a house? So that's the first point. The second point, if you have the correct finances, you have enough money for the down payment, enough money for the closing costs, you feel like you are financially set to buy a house and then be able to survive after that no matter what happens, then it might make sense that you make that move. For me personally, when I came to buy my house in December 2020, it was a scary market. There was so much uncertainty. There was so much overbidding on homes, but I still understood myself, my situation, what I could do, and therefore I made the move. And that's exactly what I want you all to do, is run the numbers, make sure that you can afford it, and make sure you're not just FOMOing into a property, meaning fear of missing out and just trying to secure something. And on the flip side, again for this point, if finances do not make sense for you, if you feel like you can't survive after buying the home because you're draining the bank accounts just to buy the home, then don't do it. If you feel like you want to buy a house, ask yourself, can I survive one entire year with making $0 and still able to survive that? And if you say yes, even after being able to buy the home, then it might make sense. But if you say no, you can only survive for 2 weeks after you bought the home, then please be careful and don't make the move. Number 3, if your lease is about to expire, you've outgrown your home, your family is so squishy, everybody's bumping into each other and complaining, you've been saving, you've been planning, you've been preparing, then it might make sense for you to buy a home. But on the flip side again, if you still got 11 months on your lease, you're cozy, you're comfy, you haven't outgrown the place, the family's doing great, you just barely moved in and everything looks good, then it doesn't make any sense for you to break a lease, pay a premium to break the lease, then pay a premium to buy a home. It doesn't make any sense at all, so don't make that move or that decision. Now, something so important that so many people are not realizing is even though interest rates are so low, you could still be paying a premium even though you're not realizing that you're paying a premium. Let me explain. If interest rates right now are 3%, and 2 years ago, they were 5.5%, because I've helped a client get a loan 2 years ago and they locked in a 5.5%, so we're going to use that number. You would say that that's a difference of 2.5% on the interest rate. Whoa, that's a big difference. And I agree with you, but stay focused with me and watch this breakdown. If you were buying a home at $400,000 at a 3% interest rate, your monthly mortgage payment is going to be $1,686.42 per month. If you're buying a house for $400,000 at 5.5% interest rate, your monthly mortgage payment will be $2,271.16 per month. That's a difference of $584.74 per month. That's a massive difference. What this means is buying a $400,000 home at a 5.5% interest rate, your monthly payment will be equivalent as if you're buying a home for $540,000 at a 3% interest rate. Let that sink in. Now you're realizing why this housing market is so hot. Now you're realizing why everybody's going crazy and FOMOing to buy a house. Now, hopefully things are making more sense to you. So many people are panicking and wanting to just buy a house because they're running these numbers and saying rates are so cheap, my monthly mortgage payment is so low, I need to get a house right now before it goes back up. The only thing they're not realizing though is that they're overpaying for a home by $50,000, $100,000, and that's defeating the purpose of the low rates because they're overpaying on the home's price. Now let's just say that the interest rates are going up to 5.5%. You might be saying, man, now the rates are so high, but what you aren't realizing is the rule of thumb, a general rule of thumb is for every 1% interest rates go up, the housing market prices go down 10% plus or minus. So this means that the housing market would cool down by a lot. This means that demand is not going to be as strong. This means that there is more supply and more options. And what this also means is this. Instead of overpaying for a house today, 50K, 100K overpriced, you can buy that house at a 5.5% interest rate and just buy down the rate to 3% for probably $10,000, $20,000 and save yourself the difference as if you would have bought a house in today's market way overpriced. Let that sink in for a little bit. You could buy down your rates, even though the interest rates are so expensive, you could still buy them down to the rate that we're having now at 3%, yet you're actually gonna save money because you wouldn't be overpaying for the house like people are doing today. So at the end of the day, don't FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Don't panic. Don't jump into buying a house unless the 3 points that I mentioned to you in this video, you qualify for them. Finances make sense, you've been looking, you're outgrown the place that you're living in, and so forth. Otherwise, don't make the move in such an uncertain market because nobody knows where anything is headed. And for those saying that there's a housing crash coming or a collapse coming, make sure that you watch the videos in detail. I know I make a lot of these videos, but make sure that you actually watch and digest these videos because at the end, so long the governments and the president keep signing off on stimulus checks, stimulus packages, extensions on forbearances and moratoriums, we're never gonna know when this will end and when this can stop. So in the meantime, if you don't qualify or you aren't ready to buy, don't panic. And if you do qualify and are ready, be smart, get a good realtor, be educated, and make the move. Because I know I made the move, I'm happy, I'm loving it, and I hope you guys are loving it because this new set behind me is because I made that move. So anyways guys, if you're looking to buy a house in 2021 during this housing crisis that we're in and during all this craziness, I hope this helps you make a decision on that. I'm a real estate agent myself. I'm giving you experiences that I'm dealing with every single day, things that I personally do for my family, for other families as well. And most importantly, don't hesitate or be scared to comment below and ask some questions. I'm here to help. And also join the Discord because I answer there daily and I'm answering quick. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I upload 3 times every week and I want to see you all there. Thank you all so much for watching and I'm out.